Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Six Morning Show. I'm Tony Teague with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time with our live show. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications, giving you live free picks from today's betting card. Today we'll cover NBA, college basketball, NHL, and then we'll have our Parlay Peripheral Play Straight segment at the end where the cappers choose what they want to do in that segment. So make sure you stay tuned for that. First thing you want to do is give that thumbs up. It really helps to build up our audience. We greatly appreciate that. So right now what we'll do is we'll meet the cappers and get right to the picks so we don't mess around here on the Tony Six Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
All right, not too much, Tony. I went 1-2 yesterday. Dropped it with a total on the Cleveland State game. I figured Cleveland State played some defense. Obviously not in that second half. No defense played. It was optional. 98 points scored in the second half. So dropped my college play yesterday. Those happened. Hit my one-timer in the NHL, and then dropped my NBA play with the shenanigans in the 76ers game. I had the 76ers +6, and then everybody was out in that game. And the Pelicans still got the win and then covered their original number of 6. It dropped down to like 3 before game time, so it is what it is there. 1-2 day, good old NBA and their shenanigans. So looking for bounce back day. Haven't had a losing day in a while, so. One more losing day, and we'll see no more beard. So if I lose today, that's my thing. If I lose back,
save the beard.
We save the beard day. If I have a win day today, then we keep the beard. If I have a losing day, put my beard. It'll be like, who's that guy on the show tomorrow?
Absolutely. Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Rough day in the NBA, but that's what we're dealing with as we come up to the end here. A lot of landmines. You got to be careful. Some of these guys don't care. Some that you don't think care turn around and just want to ruin somebody's day. So a lot of stuff going on in the NBA. Just got to be careful, guys. We got to tread lightly next couple of weeks here. But on the positive note, baseball starts in a couple of days. And so locked and loaded and ready to go for that. Nice card today. I found some winners, I think. So we're ready to get to it.
Absolutely. It's always great when you start seeing pre-exhibition games in major stadiums. Then you know you're right next to it. Very close. Let's say hello to Sean. Sean, what's happening?
Not too bad. I was going to sleep in an extra hour today. I'm like, you know what? I got to come on a show and laugh at the Laker fans. The Lakers. Oh, my God. They're really good, though. I just got – somebody sent me a thing how LeBron James Jr. is tearing up the G League like he's –
Oh yeah, the no D League. That's it. Yeah, I know. They are now 1-9 to the as a road favorite of 3.5 and higher. They're 1-9 to the spread.
Raise that banner.
He's learned to not shoot the brick.
They put the banner up when they got Luka. I thought they won already. They got Luka. They said it's over. I thought they hung the banner next to their season tournament championship they got 2 years ago. I thought it's right up there next to it for 2025.
Well, in all fairness, Luka took them from a play-in team into a 6th seed, 5th seed. So they did get some improvement, but I don't know if they're going to get all the way to the Western Conference Finals. That's still to remain seen.
No way. Now, listen, that 2-0 last night, we hit our NBA total. I'm annoyed I didn't put the Magic out. I said, because I was like, this money line, and it's one thing you're talking about, and then you just forget to put a bet in. But you know what? I had college basketball. We had the Rods got it done yesterday, Cleveland State for us. So he's their new mascot. We love it. I don't know if I'm going to ride them today, but 2-0, 10-3 last 3 days, and up to 57% the last week. So I feel like I'm getting back on track after a little bumpy conference tournament. So that's how we do. College basketball, like Chris said, we got MLB on Thursday. I got 6 games loaded. I'm ready to go, man.
Woo! There we go. Ready. Got aces versus aces. A lot of ready to roll here in baseball. All right, let's say hello. El Nino's. El, what's going on?
Yeah, coming off a rough day myself.
Not average.
NHL looked good to start, didn't end up too well, and then NBA. I believe I went 1-2, so not great there. But hey, we're looking to bounce back, and it's for the Lakers. Not too great either themselves, but sure they're looking to bounce back too. Congrats to Sean. Actually, Rod and I were talking after the show, and we thought for sure you had the Magic money line as a premium. I
just totally forgot to do. Sometimes you think you have it because you're so high on something. Next thing you know, like, what the heck? I didn't have that thing. Like, that's what it is.
Yep. I had one play. I had the over in the Nets and Mavericks game. I thought I lost. I saw 221. I thought it was 223 for some reason, but it was only 218. Oh, that's right. It was 218. I was another game that was 223. So it's weird in those totals. Sometimes you think you lose, but and then that's right. It was 218. It was such a depressed. So Mavericks have been like another team that's gone over a lot. So a team that just a lot of offense, not a lot of defense. You kind of look for, I kind of isolate those type of situations there, especially right now, this time of the year. All right, let's get to the games, guys. NBA here on the board. We'll start with it here. Spurs and Pistons. Look at the Pistons here. 9.5. Pinnacle at the 10. You're sure. Funny. A couple of sharps are going back, are dueling here. Pinnacle 10, circa 9 here. Total 235 in that one. Magic and Hornets. We got Orlando on the road here, 5.5. Total sits here 212.5. Warriors and Heat. Warriors now up to 5. Pinnacle to 5.5. You penny leaners there. You got they love their Pistons and Warriors today. And that total in that game here 218, penny 217.5 there. So there you go with those. Let's take a look at the injuries here so far. Of course, this is all subject to change. There are some teams in back-to-back today. For the Spurs, we got Basie out. Castle is questionable. And then in the Detroit side, we got Ivy with that broken leg still out. Cade Cunningham and Hardaway, both questionable in that game. For Orlando, Cole Anthony, their score off the bench, doubtful. Queen, questionable. Okogie, questionable there for Charlotte. Warriors and Heat. Curry still questionable here. They were kind of aiming for this game to come back. We'll see. They're still trying to fight to get in that 6th seed. Heat here have Jovic out, Robinson questionable. So you're caught up with the injuries. On over to Rob.
Yeah, and the only one I like at this time spot is give me the under between Orlando and Charlotte. 210. Definitely, this is a first to 100 type game. Wins it there, as Tony alluded to. The big score for Orlando out. And you look at the Magic is a road favorite of 6 points or less. Well, 12-1 to that under. As a road favorite altogether, 13-3 to the under. And you look at versus the poor teams, teams that are getting outscored by 3+ points a game, 20-7 to that under. And you look at the Charlotte in their home games this year altogether, 25-9 to the under. So I'll take the under. Orlando and Charlotte, first to 100 wins that one. Take the under 210.5 there.
Yeah, from Rod, we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I agree with Rod on the under in that game. Definitely, Charlotte's not scoring the ball well. It averaged 103 points in their last 5 games. So yeah, I take the under there. I did the video on the Detroit San Antonio game. Gonna take the over there. I don't think we see much defense on either way. And then Golden State Miami. I'm gonna take the points. Take Golden State to cover in that one. I just think they're trying to keep moving up in spots here. I think they're definitely going to take over my Grizzlies here soon. So yeah, just take the point. Take Golden State to cover there.
Yeah, Golden State just 2 games away from the 3rd seed. That 3 to 7 is really bunched here in the Western Conference right now. The Clippers are the 7th seed with 31 losses, and we got the Nuggets here with 28 losses as his 3rd seed. So it's really, really bunched there in that West right now. It's really bunched it up. On over to Sean.
I'm going to go over this Orlando-Charlotte game. I know it's slow, and usually when it's the lowest thing on a board, you kind of go under the lowest and over the highest. Charlotte's gone over this total. It looks like 5 in a row, 6 in a row. Orlando's, I think, 8-10 to this. I mean, I'm going to go over. Yeah, they don't score much, but if they're just scoring about 105 each, you're going to be looking at going over either way. I'm going over. Give me the over here, 212.
The over there from Sean. We move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I like the Pistons, but again, you know me, I don't like laying 10 points. So I think they come out strong at home here and win the first quarter by 2.5. So I'll lay the 2.5 in the first quarter with the Pistons.
All right, tell you what I think here about these games. I'm going to stay away from the Orlando game. Orlando right now is sitting in the 8th seed. They're not going to get into the 6th. They're just battling Atlanta. They're actually 2 games in the loss column behind Atlanta there for that hosting that 7-8 game, and 2 games ahead of the Bulls for that 9th seed. So the Bulls is just right now rallying. Bulls trying to get in that 7-8 game, but Still, I'm going to stay away there. I like the over. I agree there. The over with San Antonio and Detroit. You look at San Antonio, their defense has been bad, but they're putting up numbers, putting up some pretty strong offensive numbers, shooting the ball well, hitting their threes. I'll look at them in that spot. The Warriors and the Heat. The Heat has just been another disappointment. This Heat right now is the 10 seed, and they're 6 games ahead of the Raptors, so I don't see the Raptors catching them. So Miami's stuck in that 9-10 game, and I'm going to look at the Warriors because the Warriors are in a battle right now trying to avoid that 7th seed. As I mentioned earlier, they're bunched up, especially with Jokic injured. Denver's dropping games and falling down to the pack. The Lakers dropped another game. So it's bunched up in that. Actually, Houston's only with 26 losses, but still at that 3 to 7 spot right now is really bunched. Actually, Minnesota, you could say 3 to 8 because Minnesota has 32 losses. So 4 games separate the 3 seed and the 8 seed in the Western Conference. So it's really bunched up here, guys. So when you have a game like this, you got to win it. So I'm going to take the Warriors in that spot. You can't mess around here. You want to try to get that week off if you can. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we continue here with the NBA for today. Next game on the board will be Mavericks and Knicks. Knicks now up to 9 in spots. Pinnacle has the 10. There's your penny lane right there. Total sits 224.5, 225 popping up as well. Hawks and Rockets. Rockets 8, 7.5 in some spots here. Total 234. Memphis and the Jazz, the Grizzlies, laying 10 here, 10.5 now and are popping up. Total sits here 241.5. We'll look at the injuries here in this block. Mavericks and Knicks. You've got Exum, Gafford, Lively, Martin out. Anthony Davis doubtful in a back-to-back spot. On the Knicks side, Brunson, Porty, McBride out. Robinson questionable. In that Hawks and Houston game, we got Capella, Nance, Wallace out. Trae Young probable. Shepard out for Houston. So there you go. Okay, Memphis and Utah. We got Bagley, Morant, Poulin out. Stevens doubtful for Memphis. We got Collins, Markkanen out for Utah. Clarkson questionable. So you're caught up with the injuries. We go on over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at the Dallas and New York game, give me the over 225 in that one. With Anthony Davis out and that, we've seen Dallas games, a lot of defense played. Up and down we go. New York at home, definitely can score some offense. So give me the over 225 in that one. And then looking at the Warriors taking on the Heat here. Heat getting 5.5 here at home. 1 of 4 is the number. Look at the Warriors. Only 1 of 4 ATS. Kind of like the Heat here, plus the 5.5. You look at the Warriors where they've been playing. They haven't covered in like 5 straight or something against the Heat. Where is that? I know I've seen a trend somewhere. They just weren't. Golden State's failed to cover as favorites against the Eastern Conference. 5 straight they haven't covered against the Eastern Conference. So give me the Heat plus the 5.5 there in that one. Also going to take the Heat on the money line in the first half. I think they have a nice little lead going into the locker room there in that one as well. A couple I like in that kind of spot.
Yeah, for Rod, on over to Chris.
I agree with Rod with Dallas, New York, and the over. I mean, you look at what Dallas does on the road, 24-12 to the over. New York at home, 19-15 to the over. I think we get over that total, no problem. Atlanta, Houston. I'm going to take the points with Atlanta in that one. I think it's just too many for Houston right now. Might lean to the over as well. We know what Atlanta does there. And then Memphis and Utah. Yeah, I am not laying that much with my Grizzlies. They just played a while back, and I think we beat them by 7. Memphis is about to have a real bad stretch here. We got OKC coming up next, the nightmare revise there. Then we've got the Lakers, the Celtics, and the Warriors. So it's about to be a really bad time for the Grizzlies. I would just take the points with Utah there, and may lean to the under 2. We kind of got under it last time, but definitely take the points with Utah.
There from Chris on over to Sean.
Just the Mavs here plus the 10. I don't care if it's a back-to-back for them. I'm not letting the Knicks. No, thank you. And I want to, I'm with Rod on the fade Golden State train. You're shocked. You're shocked I'm going to badmouth Golden State and the Lakers in the Knicks here. Welcome to the show, my NBA. There you go. Fade away.
Fade away the public teams. On over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I like all the dogs here. We're looking at the Mavs, Hawks, and Grizzlies and Jazz, right?
We are looking here in this spot here. I think we covered the Mavs in the first block, but we're looking here at
so I
Mavs.
got
I'm
the
sorry,
Warriors.
we're looking Mavs, Hawks, Rockets, Grizzlies, Jazz.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I like all the dogs full game here. If you're looking to back the favorites, I would just do it in the first quarter. I actually kind of like the Rockets -2 in the first quarter. That'd probably be my favorite one. But again, I'm on the full game. I'm on all the dogs here, with probably the Hawks being my favorite dog. So I really like that game. Rockets first quarter, Hawks full game, and that's probably my favorite one out of the three.
Yeah, from El Nido.
Same way for all three.
I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I like the over in Dallas and New York. You look at this Mavericks team, 10-1 in the over in back-to-back games. They're not playing any defense whatsoever. All their bigs are hurt. I doubt Davis will play tonight. They're giving up 128 points per 100 possessions in their past 5 on the road. Knicks at home, 114 points per 100 possessions. Dallas is shooting the ball well at 51%, but giving up 52% and 40% from three. And the Knicks have averaged, Knicks here, 6-3 of the over in their past 9 at home. I'll go over in that game. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take the points here with Atlanta. The Hawks have been actually covering road games, 7-2 of the spread in their past 9 away from home. And the Rockets right now, defensively, is kind of going the other way right now over their past 5, allowing 49% shooting, 40% from three. Atlanta is shooting the ball pretty well. Give me the Atlanta here plus the 8. Grizzlies, I'm staying away from that one. I will not even touch that game. That Utah and Memphis game. Boy, Memphis. I can see Memphis win and not cover that game very easily. Very, very easily there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony More Show as we close out the NBA with these final 2 games. OKC and Sacramento. OKC now up to 10 in many places now, total 232. Cavs and Trailblazers. Cavs on the road, 6.5, total 220, 231.5, and 229 in some spots. DraftKings hasn't updated. There's a 2.5 point variance there. With them. Actually, they just got off the board right now. They took their number off the board. All right, here we go. We started off here with injuries here. Let's take a look at the injuries here in these last 2 for tonight. Tonight's card, Cleveland and Portland. Donovan Mitchell out for Cleveland. Tyson out for Cleveland as well. On the Portland side, no Ayton, no Williams. Grant doubtful. Banton Sissoko questionable here for Portland. On the OKC side, Dang, Dukas, Mitchell out. Jalen Williams and Holmgren questionable there. We've seen Chet in a lot of street clothes in his career.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a pattern there. He was very skinny coming out of college. Just remember that. Carter out here for the Kings. McDermott questionable as well. On over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at that Cleveland and Portland game, I still like the over, even though it dropped. It's dropped like 7 points since the opener at 236. It was 236.5. It opened down to 229. I still like the over there. You look at what Cleveland does in all their games, non-conference games, 21-4 to the over. As a favorite between 3.5 and 9.5 this year, 22-8 to the over is Cleveland. And then you look at as an underdog, Portland at home, up 3.5 to 9.5 points this year. 12-11 to that over. It's just all these. This is not a defensive game here. We know the Cavs pretty much have first in the East locked up. They're not going to be stepping in front of anybody, trying to make some defensive plays here. I don't get that total going down at all. I'll take the over. As somebody would say, hey, less wood to chop now. We only have to get over the 229 instead of the 236 in that one. Give me the over 229 in that matchup. I'm staying away from the other one.
Yeah, Cleveland up 4.5 on Boston in the East with 11 to play. There you go. On over to Chris.
Yeah, looking at that OKC Sacramento, definitely going to lay it with OKC. I think they roll right over the Sacramento Bulls, the Sacramento Kings, whatever you want to call them. Sacramento on no rest is 3-11 to the spread, and then off of a loss, they're 12-21-2. I mean, I don't know. They had an opportunity last night, blew that with the Celtics. OKC is much better. I think they're just going to roll the Kings on out. So take the Bulls.
There from Chris on over to Sean.
Laid at 10 with the Thunder as well, and you got to take Portland. This was 8 last night, I think 8.5.
It was like 9.
We'll show
Yeah.
her
It's like
out. Right?
9.5.
He's up there.
Yeah.
Then we got the Donovan Mitchell
No
news
Donovan
out.
Mitchell, yeah.
Yep.
That was a news there.
13-4 ATS run here for the Blazers at home. Let's go, Portland. Sign me up. Thunder, Blazers, parlay your life. That's a joke, folks. That's a joke.
Portland 3 games back of the Suns here for that 10th seed, and they have 10 games remaining. So Portland cannot afford losing anymore. they're at the edge here trying to. And who knows? Like we said, the sun is going to set at some point. Almost set yesterday, but we'll see. On over to Al Ninos.
Yeah, hard for me to lay the 10 here, even though it's a good spot for the Thunder. So I'll just take them -3 in the first quarter. I looked at that Blazers game. I liked them +9 with Donovan Mitchell playing. Have the lines adjusted enough? I don't know. Might be a premium play. We'll see.
All right. See there from Al Ninos. Tell you what I think about these games. I would lean Thunder, but not bet it. That's just how I look at it there. I don't want nothing to do with this Sacramento team, Sacramento Bulls. You look at their defensive numbers here, have been absolutely atrocious over their past 5. 52% shooting and 45%. An NBA team is allowing 45% from 3 with a 5-game sample size. That is absolute embarrassment there. I just can't go there with them. And also, as our buddy Mills would say, you never put the Kings on a back-to-back. He's been saying that for 3 years. And this year, 3-11 to the spread in back-to-back games. It's been absolutely horrific. So I'll look here at the actually Thunder has covered 5 of 6 on the road in their past 6 on the road there. I give them credit, didn't cover, but I give them credit beating the Clippers. That was a hard game to win at the Clippers because Clippers are trying to battle for that 6th seed, and OKC really won that end game. I think LA in 3 was too much in that spot, but they still won the game by 2. I'm not gonna punish them for that because I thought the Clippers, that was a Clipper spot there, so I like Thunder there, and I agree with the Portland taking the points in consecutive home games. Portland 18-6 to the spread. What that means is when Portland comes off a road trip, don't bet them at home. Let them settle in. Let them get let them get settled into their home, and then when they play their second home game and beyond, that's when you take them as a home in home spot. So I'll take them as a home dog there. Cleveland has failed to cover 7 of 10. The defense is hot and cold. You don't know what type of defense you're going to get from them. And of course, no Mitchell today. And you're starting to see their box scores. You're starting to see limited. You're starting to see a lot of bench guys in their box scores. So they're starting to limit minutes for some of their starters too. So I'll look at Portland there. And almost now here in the last 10 games, they're 2 down here. And I'm not giving the Suns any. I'm not saying the Suns are shooing to get in. The Suns can go on an 8-game losing streak, and Portland can find themselves in the play-in spot very easily. So I'll look at Portland there at plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Guys, we're giving you our free picks here. But remember, just take a visit over to Tony'sPicks.com right now and looking for our best bets. That's where you'll find them. We can just go ahead and click that link in the description. You'll get right there. And let me go ahead and share the screen, which I forgot to do. Let's put it up there right now. You'll share it there. You'll see all of our premium plays. You'll see a lot of our top performers here on our leaderboards. Rod and Sean, look at the NBA. You'll see Chris and El Nino's on top of leaderboards in the NBA. Great results here from our cappers. So get on board. Best bets, premium plays available right now over at Tony'sPicks.com. Promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll knock off that 15% off. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show as we get ready here to switch on over to the College Hoops card. Tonight, we have 4 games tonight in College Hoops. We'll cover them in one block. We got NITs here, as well as we've got the NIT quarterfinals. We also have the CBI semifinals tonight. The CBI will be on neutral courts. So we're still on the home courts at NIT until next week. Then they'll play in the Butler home court next week. So we've got we'll start it off here with Chattanooga and Bradley. In this game, NIT, we got Bradley 3.5, total 152.5. Illinois State Incarnate Word CBI in Daytona. We've got Illinois State now 6.5 on the road, total 149. North Texas, Okie State, NIT, Oklahoma State, the home team, 1.5. There are some ones popping up at Pinnacle, the Penny Leaners. I got the 1 there, total 138. And in the CBI semis in Daytona, Florida Gulf Coast and Cleveland State. Cleveland State is now from an opener of 1.5 has steamed up to 4.5 and 5.5 in some places now, total 138.5. So there's been a massive line move. We've seen the totals move as well. We started off with Rod.
Yeah, most of these totals up skyward upwards because we've seen in these NIT CBI games no defense being played. Nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to get hurt playing in an NIT game. So the defensive motivation for getting up there to block shots and do that type of stuff is not there in these games. So I lean to a lot more overs, more track meet style games, and that just plays into Cleveland State's hands. So I'll lay the 4 there, 4.5 there. How can I not? I'm the mascot of Cleveland State, right? So I just need the horn helmet, and we're good to go. So I'll lay the 4.5 with the Cleveland State there in that matchup. You look at the other side of things; they haven't been covering anything. 1-4 ATS, FGCU. Yeah, I like Cleveland State by 10+ there. That one. And then you look at North Texas; they can play some defense, right? But their offense stinks. And in a game like this, where sure you can maybe try to slow up Oklahoma State, but Oklahoma State looked real good at running right over SMU in their last game.
Yeah.
They'll be able to run over North Texas. That offense just doesn't have the horses to be able to keep up with Oklahoma State. That's why it's they're favored by 1.5. Everywhere you look, the numbers look that North Texas should be able to slow up Oklahoma State, but I just haven't seen it in any of these CBI and IT games. It's all been all offense, go, go, go. And that's why Oklahoma State's going to win this one probably by 6+. I'll lay the 1.5 there with Oklahoma State.
Okay, staying with the last major conference standing in these in the NIT. On over to Chris.
Yeah, look at that Chattanooga Bradley game. You guys have I've told you guys a couple times this year with Chattanooga, take the over. They don't play defense at all, and we got over last time. I probably take the points as well. I think it's a 3 plus 3.5 right now. Just take those with Chattanooga there. As far as the word, I had them yesterday personally. I didn't put them on the site, but I had them. I'm going to take them again here, plus 6.5. Incarnate word, and then Oklahoma State. I'll take them minus 1.5.
And there from Chris on over to Sean.
All right. We'll start with the CBI, and I like both of the unders here, believe it or not. I like the unders. 149 Illinois State. I probably lay with Illinois State, much better than the word there. Gulf Coast of Florida State, Cleveland State there. Again, I like the Cleveland State. I don't like it. Everybody's jumping on my guys here. So 5 at this point, I can make a play for, you want to take Gulf Coast to +5. I might add a +5 just because I have to.
DraftKings is now 5.5.
And it's, this guy Wade in here is asking about like being a pro and how do you bet games. Like for this I might bet this for myself just based on the number because it's 5 and this game should probably be like closer to a pick 'em basically. Gulf Coast is like a home game for them. Like this is totally out of hand here with this spread here. But I want to take Gulf Coast now. 5.5. What am I? All right. Anyway, I like North Texas. Give me some mean green, and I got a top play on the site with this Chatty and Bradley. So I've given you plenty of free picks. Go spend whatever it is, $19 or whatever the hell I got on for. Take your little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms and dig into your pocket. I need to eat because I'm fat. Let's go.
There we go from Sean to Alino's.
Yeah, I got my premium pick, which I really like, and other than that, it's some leans at best. A lot of what Sean mentioned. I mean, Cleveland State, that number's gone. Illinois State, that number's getting away from us too. I only want to lay more than 6 there, and it's headed to 6.5. I would lean to Oklahoma State. That's where I guess. But again, that should be a great game and one I haven't bet. But I would stick to my Oklahoma State lean in that one. But yeah, just some leans there and nothing I bet.
Yeah, from El Ninos. Yeah, I'm the same way. I like the overs at the opening number. Don't like them now in the CBI. So I'm staying away, as well as the NIT games. The only one I like here would be Oklahoma State here, laying that 1.5 again. This is a North Texas team that has trouble shooting the basketball. They are 0-3 of the spread. North Texas with 1 day rest. I guess in the AAC they really spread out their games. So just a quicker turnaround than usual for North Texas. They have not This is not no rest. This is 1 day rest. So sometimes these teams, callers, they spread their games out to get 2 days rest, 3 days rest. But North Texas in this 1 day turnaround has not performed very well. And probably because it takes a lot of energy to play defense the way they do. One thing to note here, pretty much Oklahoma State just win the game, pretty much cover the spread. They're 13-3 straight up on their home court, where they've averaged 79 points a game. And they've defended well here. So against these mid-majors, they got the job done. So I'll take them in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Vicks Morning Show. As we continue on here with NHL, we got a pretty sizable card in the NHL today. So in this first block, we will cover the 707s. Flyers and Maple Leafs. Flyers 5.5, total 245. Sorry, this is not NBA. We got the 245 here to Toronto here, a total of 5.5 there. Pittsburgh and the Penguins here. We've got the Tampa Bay here, 277, total 6. Senators and Sabres. We got the Senators, $1.45, total 6. Nashville and Carolina. We got Carolina, 278, total 5.5. Those are your 707s. And we'll go on over to Rob.
All right, kicking these games off, you look at, I'll take Carolina on the puck line. Nashville's ass on the road. Only 8 wins this season on the road, 8-22. So you just completely fade them on the road. Carolina at home, absolutely been money. 20-15 against that puck line. So Carolina on the puck line there. You look at Buffalo, looking like the nice little plus price there for Buffalo at home. Don't do it. Third game, fourth night spot for Buffalo there in that matchup. Ottawa on the road, hey, 500 club, but they'll take advantage of this Buffalo squad in a third game, fourth night spot. Tough there. Take Ottawa, and then looking at this Philly club. What does Philadelphia do when they come to Toronto? They enjoy the nightlife and the food and everything else that Toronto offers because they sure don't play hockey. 0-6 in their last trips into Toronto. So take the Maple Leafs on the puck line in that one, and then look at this Pittsburgh squad. Hey, they've been playing good and winning some hockey games. Not on the road. 11-18 on the road this season. Tampa 5-4-1, and they're at home where they cook. 24-8 at home this season. Tampa on the puck line. Only way to go. They've won 8 straight night games at O'Malley Arena. We're taking Tampa Bay on the puck line in that matchup. There's your first 4.
There we go. From Rod on over to Sean.
Yeah, I've actually made a play on this game. Here you go. Carolina puck line. You get it around evenish. Maybe a little minus 105, maybe a plus 103. Only one for me here the whole day. A rare ice game where I'm, I believe, 15 of 14 on Tony's, I think, with the ice. Nope, that's a lie. Hold on. I was looking at the NBA. 15-11 on the ice.
Better.
There you go. 16 of 14 NBA and 15-11 on the ice. Very rare ice play, but you get it. There you go. Enjoy it.
Yeah, they're from Sean on over to El Nidos.
Yeah, I haven't taken any of these big dogs plus 1.5, but these favorites are a little overpriced for me. I wouldn't go against them though. And I guess my only play I will share here would be the Senators. Take a -1 money line and play.
Yeah, from El Nidos, let's continue here on the NHL rundown. Let's close out the NHL for tonight's action, and the games we'll cover here will be Golden Knights and Wild here. We've got the Golden Knights, $1.78, total 5.5. Canadians and Blues. We got the Blues, $1.45, total 5.5. Capitals and Jets. The Jets, $1.41, total 5.5. Red Wings and Avs. Avs, $2.80, total 246. Kraken and the Flames. We got the Flames, $1.30, total 5.5. New York Rangers heading on to Crypto face the Kings. Back in the day, there would be half Ranger fans in there with their blue jerseys, but I don't know about it anymore. Kings, $1.60, total 5.5. On over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at these games here. Give me the Avs on the minus 2.5 there in that one. You look at Detroit. This is the second half of back-to-back, and good luck because you're taking on an Avs squad that's sitting there rested, ready to go, and playing great hockey. 8-1 in their last 10, and congratulations to beat Utah. It's also third game, fourth night for this Detroit club. Yeah, Avs on the puck line. I'm going to even extend it out to the minus 2.5 there in that one. And you look at, you got Vegas taking on Minnesota. Hey, that's a tough travel spot. You lost to Detroit or Dallas yesterday in Dallas, and now you have to fly home to face Vegas. Good luck. in that one. Looks like Fleury most likely will get the starting goal for Minnesota, and I don't see he's all right. He can show up in games, and then some games he can just lay an egg. And this is a lay an egg game. I'll take Vegas on the puck line in that matchup. And then Montreal taking on St. Louis. Look at Montreal. They only one regulation loss in their last 10 games. So playing pretty good hockey. They've definitely seen some overtime. Blues playing great hockey themselves. Montreal's covered the puck line as a dog in 13 straight matchups. So you look 21-13 to that puck line on the road. I'm going to take a 60-minute draw. I think this game needs some overtime. So at a nice plus 320 on your money there. Take Montreal and St. Louis. Goes to overtime. And then looking at the last one, a nice spot with Washington taking on Winnipeg. You look at this Washington club. Hey, playing all right, but you look at Winnipeg last time out, they started Comrie, and got whooped in that one. So looking for a bounce back. It'll be Hellebuck in goal. It'll be Logan Thompson going for Washington. I like the Winnipeg Jets in that matchup at home. They play absolutely lights out hockey at home. I might even sprinkle a little on the puck line, but I don't think you need it. Take the Winnipeg Jets. If your book offers in regulation, take the Jets in regulation over Washington there.
There with Rod on over to Sean.
All right. One game, Kings, Rangers, over 5.5. I like to, if I'm going to jump on a team to come out and have a good game, I always think it's going to be their first road game. So Rangers, first one on the road here. Expect full, let's attack and score. We need points to win games. So, we need goals. I'm going to go over. And the Kings, like they've been home for a few, 14 goals scored at home. I think they're seeing the ice well. I don't know if you're hot. I don't know how that's cold in hockey. Like basketball, when you're in the zone, you're scoring, back-to-back 7-2 scores. The offense is clicking. Over 5.5 for me here. Although a little caveat there, when I see like it's an over and it's kind of plus like 102-ish, I do get a little worried. Like you should.
Baiting you in.
I see plus,
right?
I see plus 105. I see plus
109.
Yeah,
plus
like
109. Yeah, I can't take an over. No chance there.
And I'll tell you right now, and you'll see when I do baseball totals, whether it's an over or under, I know it's wrong to do, but I'm just a sick bastard, and I know if it's going to lose, it's just one loss, and I'll make up somewhere else. I know it's going to be a loser, but I'm still going to tell you. So it's going to be a loser, so go opposite. But I'm telling you over, even though I want you to go under. Does that make any sense to anybody?
What's the weather like there, Tony? Tony, is it nice?
Warm. It's nice. It's back in the 70s.
Yeah,
warm. Yeah.
So the Rangers came from crappy New York to come out to a nice sunny California.
Don't
beach
you see my
weather.
face? I got sun. I was at the beach on Sunday, and my face was all red. It was like 80 degrees.
Kings live there year round. We've seen them score 7 goals. Maybe again and over if the Kings can score that many on their own. Kings win that game. No chance the Rangers win that game. I'll bet a hat on anybody that the Kings win that game. Anybody.
They usually stay in Marina Del Rey, which is a really nice part of it. All Ninos will know that. That's
all season long. Only 3 regulation losses for the Kings at home.
That's a pretty nice hat you got there, Ron.
That is a pretty nice hat. We know you're a Ranger lover. You love the Rangers. Here, I'll send you this banner right up over here. The last time was 1994 that they even had a sniff, and the moose was loose in that one. So I don't see the moose being loose anywhere else.
Is that the Matto?
That's Mark Messier. The Mark Messier moose is loose year that he predicted the Game 6, Game 7 win against the Devils. They were down 3-2 in that series, and the moose was loose and was like, "No way, we're gonna win this!" And he came back and went roaring and led the New York Rangers to his 6th Stanley Cup. He still came over a lot of people in the Edmonton organization saying, "I left and I still won a cup. I got 6 of those bad boys."
Absolutely. There, on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, a little overpriced, but I think this is one favorite I may take is the Avs minus 1.5. Again, it's a little overpriced, but that might be my best play on this late. We got the Golden Knights in this bunch too, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so I'll take the Golden Knights minus 1 there. It's just a good spot for them. I thought the Wild had a shot as a live dog yesterday. Apparently, there was a good reason why they were that heavily. they had that big plus money next to them, and they really didn't show up. They got blown out yesterday. I think it's going to be a tough spot against the Vegas team that's been playing well, so I'll take the Golden Knights -1 here.
You're from El Nido. So we got you through the hockey. Now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment, or Play Straight, where our cappers can give you parlays, team player props, game of the future, maybe a game one, the North American Open from baseball, or Play It Straight. We started off with Rod.
And we'll go with hockey. So we're going to go with a nice little puck line parlay. We're going to take Carolina on the puck line. We're going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line, and take the Vegas Golden Knights on the puck line. Nice little three-teamer. All on the puck line on hockey today.
There from Rod. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, we're going to take Golden State Miami over, Atlanta Houston over, Spurs Detroit over, and your daily MLB futures as we get closer to opening day here. Will be one of the last that we give out. Just gave him out in the video. Go check that out. I've got a couple over there. Cole Reagans with the Kansas City Royals. Going to take him over 210 strikeouts this year. He had 223 last year. You're getting plus money at 210 this year. So take that get that locked in before Thursday.
Very good. On over to Sean.
Will be a trifecta today across the board in all sports. I'm just trying to get this final. You said there's a 5.5 out there for Florida Gulf Coast.
Florida Gulf Coast at DraftKings. It was a 5.5. Let me double check it here, but still there.
I think it's moved down to 4.5.
It's down to 4.5. You shot it down. You shot it down, Sean. You're down to 4.5 now.
I know. I did. It's okay. Still, we'll take the 4.5 there. Trailblazers plus 6.5. Hurricanes puck line -105. 71-54. We went 1-1 yesterday, but still cracking along at 57% of these. Straight bets, please. Straight them. Straight 1, 2, 3 solo plays. You'll be all right. You should be fine taking these straight. There you go. 3 winners for you.
Play it straight. There we go from Sean on over to El Nidos.
I'd like the solo plays in honor of Solo not joining us today. Shout out to Solo. I'll take a couple first quarter plays here. I like the Pistons -2.5 in the first quarter. I like the Rockets -2 first quarter, and I will go Thunder -3 first quarter.
Melanitos, I'll give you my 3-teamer. I like over Spurs Pistons. I like the Hawks plus the points, and the Blazers plus the points in that one. All right, we got you through our Parlay Purple segment, and we're playing straight. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks, entering the big week of action. Baseball starting Thursday. A lot of college hoops. We got Sweet 16 and Elite 8 coming up this week as well. Let's see what the cappers got going over at Tony's Picks. Rod has put up a great year over at Tony's Picks like he did last year. 3,700 units of profit. Rod, what you got for sale?
And for me over at Tony's Picks today, I've got, speaking of one play on each, I got one NHL play, one NBA play, and one college basketball play. You can scoop that up in my Tackle the Book Tuesday pass, or you got the NHL play solely, and I'll put up the NBA solely, and then I'll have the college basketball up there solely. So instead of buying them each individually, it's better to just grab that Tackle the Book Tuesday pass, and you'll get all 3 plays that I got rolling today over at Tony's Picks. Or better yet, grab that week-long money makers, and you'll have everything I got going today, and then the rest of the week, you'll have the Sweet 16 the rest of the week, more NHL, more NBA. That's the way to go. Grab that week pass and join me for the rest of this week as we start heating up and things get back into full swing with college basketball. I'm excited the rest of the weeks going forward. We had a nice little lull, get to recoup with these smaller slave cards, and then we get to dive right back into it. And then baseball kicks us off on Thursday, so we throw in another sport to replace college basketball as it's on the way out. So definitely jump aboard long term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional on the side. You see 2-for-1 cappers. Nothing wrong with that deal as well. You can see I'm not the only odd capper here at Tony's Picks. And then when you're bored long term there, you guys will get that late steam play here at Tony's Picks. One of those exclusive things I haven't seen anywhere else, where we throw a play in 10 minutes to 2 hours before game time. You'll get that pick emailed directly to you, and you can be aboard with us on that late steam play. So jump aboard over there at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. And remember the promo code TonyT checkout will save you that 15% off. All right, let's take a look and see what we're rolling on next. We'll see what Chris has for sale over at Tony's. Chris put together solid NBA for this year, 712 units of profit. Chris, what you got for sale?
I got you guys a 3-pack in the NBA today. Best bet 2 premiums. Also have my MLB season pass loaded up there and hop on board there before we hit opening day on Thursday. And so, yeah, we've got definitely, like I said, Sweet 16 coming up. I'll have some college basketball plays in that this week. So if you want to hop on something 3 day, 7 day, that's going to get you a lot of coverage this week. We've got a lot of action and everything coming up. And then 2-for-1 capper, 2 people putting money in your pocket makes a lot of sense. Like I always tell you guys, everybody's on the leaderboard, everybody's doing well. Make sure you use the promo code Tony T at checkout, save you that 15% off of all that. And yeah, just make sure with the long-term stuff, I can get you the late steam with the NBA as we're closing that out. You know, people sit. We've got a lot of things going on there. And then with baseball starting, pitching changes happen. So hop on something there. We get you all that information with the late steam action.
Very good. That's right. Get on board with Chris over at Tony's Fixes. He is a 3-pack from the NBA. Best bet up there. Remember, all of our 1-day passes are profit guarantee. They must turn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Not so in the long-term pass because it's sold at such a discount. You can see the long-term pass up there. You know, that 7-day pass is great with all the Sweet 16 action coming up this weekend. This will get you covered, as well as the minor tournaments, baseball on Thursday. So get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, let's take a look and we'll see what Sean's got going over at Tony'sPicks.com. Sean's put together a great year as well. 3,140 units of profit, all documented over at Tony's Picks. Verify that right on Sean's page. What do you got for sale, Sean?
College hoops. Got college hoops for tonight. Sweet 16 for Thursday. Have Major League Baseball. Got 6 games already for that going on. And there you have it. That's, NBA and hockey, there'll be a little bit of games, but, you see what I concentrate here on. A lot of college basketball, a little bit of hockey and NBA. We're plus money in the sports, but hey, I dabble. I jump in a little bit here. It's kind of like eating broccoli and cauliflower a little bit. I don't love it, but sometimes I'll have some broccoli. That's what I think about my NHL and NBA. But college basketball, and then flip that NBA, it'll be Major League Baseball with a 600 count pretty soon. So there you go. You see a couple games up here for today and Thursday, and there we go. Away we go. Nice 10-3 run for me of late the last 3 days. So 21-16 last week. Finding my groove after a up and down conference tournament of basketball. So
you good. You can see it back at it with Sean. Get up with Sean. Has got money makers up there, college hoops up there, Sweet 16 total up there. Or instead of buying the plays individually, I think your best value is getting that 7-day all sports pass with Sean. Cover all his Sweet 16, all the minor tournaments. I'll be playing baseball. Remember, we got baseball Thursday. We'll have sizable crowds. Once we hit Saturday, it's the 15 games, guys. A day. So we're ready to roll for Saturday, Sunday. So a lot baseball this week. Lots of volume here. So get on board with Sean over at Tony's Picks. Use the promo code Tony to get checkout. You'll save that 15% off. You can see green across the screen from Sean. So get on board right now, and we'll see what Al Ninos has got going over at Tony's Picks. Al's also put together very impressive NBA numbers. Look at this, 1,300 units the last 30 days. Al, what's for sale?
Yeah, I got my best bet in the NBA there if you want to check that out. Got another play in the NBA and my college basketball best bet. Should have at least one team play in the NBA, waiting on some injury news, and might get there in the NHL. Nothing yet in the NHL. We'll see how I feel about these games as the day goes on.
There you go, guys. Get on board with El Ninos at Tony's Picks. Great day here. You see green across the screen from El as well, doing well. NHL, NBA, so good results. So get on board with El Ninos. Late steam plays available on the long-term passes. So what's a late steam? Well, all remember plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. Then we handicap throughout the day and night, looking for more winners for our long-term subscribers. They are late steam. We can put plays in our system between 10 minutes and 2 hours of game time, and they're tagged as late steams. And those plays are emailed directly to your inbox using the email you use when you sign up for the service. So all long-term subscriptions include late steam plays. So great value there when you get on board with the long-term subscriptions over at Tony's Picks, and that promo code Tony to check out. We'll knock off that 15% off. All right, I've got a best bet on the board right up from the NBA. Also looking for some more coverage for here on my package. So get on board with me. Again, the long-term is the way to roll. Tony T is your promo code to save that 15% off. We're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time with the Tony T Morning Show. Live here with you here, and of course on the archive. If you ever miss a live show, guys, all you have to do is head on over to our YouTube channel, and that's where you'll be able to find our replays. If you'd like to see a replay of the show, if you need help with some of the later games, need to see it again, watch the show again, we'll just head on over to the YouTube channel, type in Tony's Picks, and you'll find our archive here with our live show. Also, our happy hour. Rod will tell you about that. Happy hour, Monday through Friday here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Live free picks here from the crew there with Rod. You'll see Rod and Ramon pretty much regulars, and some of our morning crew will pop in as well. So check out the happy hour for any of those late information plays that we get. Of course, these injury reports, goalie changes. Of course, as we get to baseball, we'll have some pitching changes. They like to confuse us. We'll throw an opener in there and think the starter's scratched. No, starter's not scratched. It's an opener. So we'll have all that information for you on the happy hour. So guys, check it out there on the live tab. Hit our video tab. A lot of content from our cappers, from myself as well as our cappers. You can see Al Neo's always looking for those underdogs for you there. Chris has got some MLB futures, future bets right now, right on Tony's pick. So check it out. Great looking videos here from Chris here. So player props, we'll take a look there. So make sure you guys check out Chris's videos here over at Tony's Picks. Also coming in with the Spurs Piston. Ben has been ready to roll, or he's already rolling, man. He's got the baseball. He's already got baseball. I got a head start on everybody on the baseball already. He's not messing around. A big Tigers fan. He's got his baseball, or he was going to have that Tiger game. He's got the Tiger Dodger rolling up there from Ben. So he's ready to roll with baseball already. Of course, I got my content up there. I got it up early. My guys are always telling, get your plays. Okay, I got them up early. So if there's changes, that's why you have a morning show. Let's put them up early. Okay, I got it, Bobby. All right, so there you go. I got my stuff up early for you guys. So check it out over at Tony's Picks, and of course, use the YouTube, just Tony's Picks, and you'll find us there. Like and subscribe and set those notifications there, and you'll be able to find our content very easily on the Tony's Picks. We'll let Rod talk about here the happy hour. Great show up there. We see it very popular. A lot of great chat interaction, Rod. So here Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. each time, we got happy hour, and you also chime in with your hockey picks.
Yeah, definitely. We got the happy hour show today. I apologize. I didn't get the hockey videos up yesterday, so that's why I went over every game here on the morning show. So if I didn't have a game covered for you, just have to rewind back and do the little hockey segment we got here on the morning show and get those covered. Be back shooting those videos for tomorrow's action up there. But definitely tune in 5 p.m. Eastern today for the happy hour show. We'll get you all the latest information on goalies and NBA and he loves Verdugo coming to sign with the Braves. Definitely. So much. Well, that's why they stuck him on the bus, right? They make him ride the bus a little bit. The Braves are very good at taking that outcast player and sticking them down to the minors and then reworking them and getting him to come back better. And then when you see him again, watch out. I think Verdugo might be a pleasant surprise for the Atlanta Braves, even though as much as he just shut himself in the foot, basically. It was like you had a nice little attitude adjustment, nothing like riding the bus and changing your attitude, going, fuck, I could have been making $8 million a year. Now I'm only making $1.5. What the heck was I thinking? So it's the Braves, the riding the pine in the minor leagues will definitely do that to you.
I think he got himself a new hat to celebrate the news too.
Yeah, he probably did. Yeah, got himself probably a couple new hats. Would you like a home and an away one? Here you go. We'll give you two. We'll give you a home one and an away one.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Chris, you got your content up there, baseball content up there as well. You can contribute other videos as well from Hoops. What you got over on Tony's YouTube channel? Of course, you can chime in on Verdugo as well.
Yeah, he can stay in the minor leagues for all I care. He's going to have a hard time coming up. We've got Profar. We've got Kelnick. We've got a really good outfield this year. I've got put three baseball videos up for you today. I've got a strikeouts props for you. I got 4 guys there. And then I got you both American League and National League team wins. People are probably not going to like the national one, but it's okay. It's out there. You guys can take it or leave it. I've had a lot of people tell me that they're making money fading me, but I've also had a lot of people tell me when they take me, they make money. So I guess you just have to choose whether you're going to fade me or take me to make your money. But either way, you're making money. So yeah, Verdugo can stay in the minor leagues with Kimbrel, and we got Jesse Chavez signed back. He just keeps coming back to the Braves. I don't know. I hope they adjust his attitude down in the minor leagues, maybe, but we'll see. The Braves have a really good culture, so we're gonna hope for a really good season. That is part of that video with the National League. It's not a popular opinion, but I think if everybody stays healthy, we got Strider back. We're gonna get Acuna back. We could potentially go over 93.5 wins. I know that's a long shot, but I put it out there. I believe in my guys. So, but you're taking it from a guy who's a Memphis Grizzlies fan. So take that with a grain of salt. But anyway, baseball season is going to be great. Lots of content. I promised you guys a lot of videos, and I'm going to deliver on that for sure.
Yeah, and of course the big scare out here is the Mookie with that stomach ailment. They don't know what it is. That's a lot. That's very scary. There, lost 25 pounds, and sometimes these things happen. Injuries happen. We get some regression from Freeman because he's already approaching 40, right, mid-30s now. So you just never know what happens in baseball. We'll keep an eye on that as we're ready to get the season started. Of course, Sean, you pop up here on the morning show, and of course, Sean, you made a good comment here for some of the folks out there who are new to baseball. Spring training means nothing.
It's not, for a team, for like a young team, I'd say it means something, right? You got a bunch of young guys you want to play well. You'd want maybe we're going to be good going into the regular season. The Cubbies, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Padres, all these good teams, they're not – this is nothing to them. It's like, let's see if we could fit pieces in here. We have some pitcher. I'm going to throw some new – I want to just work on this slider, and I'm going to throw 17 sliders in a row. I'm going to get shelled. Like ridiculous nonsense. It means nothing. I mean, look at this guy so hot. Yeah, so hot in spring training. I fell for some of that kind of crap. Like, I'm going to grab this guy as a rookie. He looks great. And he comes up, hits 133, and he doesn't get past AA for the regular season. It's nothing. It is less than nothing. It is. I don't even know it's less than nothing. It's negative. Don't worry about spring training.
They're saying take the opposite of what you see in spring.
And what about the velocity? Pitchers now, with pitchers now, it's all about this. Now, with pitchers,
like a team is they're 19-4. Okay, great.
With pitchers, it's all about the velocities. How do you look at these velocity numbers in spring training? Because as we know, it's all about velocity now.
Listen, spring training to me is some of the older guys. Like it used to be like NFL. They'd be nobody the first game. They'd play a little bit of a half and 3/4 of a game, and they'd rest. Baseball is so like the pitchers go an inning now. Like, what are we doing here? So now we're into April and May of the guys getting into their groove, right? Speaking, like you said, these are such hard throwers. Well, that's great. We're gonna have everybody come out and throw 2 innings. I don't know. I have teams that I like, teams that I don't like, and that's how I jump into my baseball. And it's 6 months long. The Cubbies start me out 0-2. That's all right. I'll start 0-2 with an underdog because when I go if I go 2-0, I'm up money now all of a sudden. So I don't care if the team starts out slow. It is what it is. You can't look at it in one day for me for baseball, at least.
Bet underdogs, you lose. It's only one unit you lose. That was Mitch's thing.
I don't care. I'll have 300 losses in baseball. People go, this guy stinks. He's under 500. Yeah, but I'm up $2,000. What are you talking? Who cares?
Yeah, the baseball. If you bet underdogs, you can go 500 and make a bundle. That's what you can do. With the baseball, a lot of going on here with baseball sports. The pitching changes and whatnot with the openers. It's been a totally different scenario now in Major League Baseball, the way things are rolling. And of course, also too, Sean, interesting note here with the AL South. We get the cold weather in April, you get the cold weather in May, and you got all these outdoor ballparks here in the AL Central.
Yeah, so you look at the unders in those games, and also they're usually poor hitting teams. I mean, Cleveland can't hit; they haven't hit since 1996 when that team was loaded up. They have decent pitching, and I think the pitchers are always ahead of the hitters early anyway. So why not look at it under? I love Kansas City. I like their over. I like Detroit's over. The Twins, I kind of like their under, but they're all weak hitting teams. Like, who's the best hitting team out of that group? Who?
Maybe the Twins can get hot or cold. They're a very streaky team.
If they're healthy, the problem with the Twins is they never isn't Royce Lewis out? Like, somebody's always out of their lineup.
Yeah.
So the middle of the lineup never plays together. Brian Buxton's like 35. Like, Buxton has a good year. The dude's 33 now. I mean, if he stays healthy, at this point the guy's injury plagued. He gets first every year. Yeah, they got a nice, Julian. Who's that? Julian's the other guy. I think maybe he's hurt, not Lewis, but whatever. They got good guys. Can they stay healthy? No. Right?
On the pitching side, Bieber just got signed to a long-term contract off a major injury, so that might be a good sign that he may be all right.
Maybe. And listen, Cleveland always pulls up some good pitchers. I mean, Gavin Williams is supposed to be pretty good. We'll see what he has. McKenzie was good 2 years ago, and then he hit the rails. But we see that with a pitcher in his second year, right? People kind of get a hold of him.
Bello is someone who turned for
some
Boston.
Growing pains. I mean, not to bring up the Angels and like Reed Detmers. That dude threw a no-hitter. He looked great in like 10 starts, and now he can't find another guy. Where's Alek Manoah at? That dude looked fabulous for a year, and now he can't. He can't miss. He can't find the strike zone, but he can't miss a buffet table.
That's right. He can't do that as well.
I mean, I like Mel. He threw inside. He'd hit people. He didn't care. He was like an old school guy. He'd go in, he'd challenge you inside, hit you. Hey, man, you're kind of playing. I'm going to hit you. Good for you, Alex. Don't be scared.
Old school manager like Dusty Baker. Like who was that? Zambrano, right? He's like a Zambrano guy. Right?
Yeah, that guy hit everybody. But
even the manager.
But you threw the ball inside. Like that's something that people don't do. Like, we don't want to hurt anybody. Sorry, but if you're gonna stand on a plate, that's like a person. Hey, I'm gonna walk in the middle of the street to green light. I'm gonna try to get across. Well, if I hit you why are you running across the highway? It's not my problem. What are you doing out here? Like, why are you on top of the plate? Get off the plate. You're gonna get hit. Not purposely hitting the guy. I'm throwing the ball inside. I'm allowed to throw the ball inside. Oh, he likes to hit people. Wow. How about you like to snuggle the plate?
That's right. You like to snuggle. Go back and look at how far off the plate the people were back in the 70s and 60s. And go back and look at the old.
But those guys used to throw at your head. These guys used to get hit in the shoulder. Back then, like you're going to stand on a plate. I mean, they throw at your head.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back. And for young guys, it was if you got broke into sports radio back in the 80s and 90s, you had to know your history. They would quiz you. Program managers would quiz you about. Well, I just know stuff during my lifetime. No, that was not acceptable. You have to know the entire history of your teams you cover. That's not the case anymore. I'm surprised how very little history some of these guys on the air know these days. But
little history. Have you seen people talk about LeBron James doing better than Michael Jordan? I mean, these people don't know the last 15 years of basketball. They don't bring up Kobe Bryant. These people know 2 years, Tony. It comes like sports betting. Oh yeah, I'll show you how it is. Really, you've been meant for a year and a half. You're 22.
It's going to change. It's the players that put money in their pocket will be their favorite player. That's the way. That's how the culture is going to change now. It's definitely. All right, Ninos, I know you come here morning show. We see you in a few happy hours, and of course, you're always looking for those underdogs for the folks out there on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, real quick, one last thing about spring training. I could care less about the results in spring training, but I will say it was nice to see my boy Dustin May out there. Speaking of velocity, I always like seeing him pitch, man. He's a fun pitcher to watch. So it's good seeing him back out there. And
does he still have his big fro? Does he have his fro still coming up? He still has the fro coming out of his cap? He does? Okay.
And hey, I don't know if I'd like him as much if he didn't. But no, gotta love his stuff. And so that's all I take from spring training. Maybe seeing some guys come back from injury. That's about it. And obviously they need to work themselves back into game mode. But I think he'll be fine as long as he stays healthy. And back to my 3-pick video. Yeah, going back to the NBA again today. 3 dogs in the NBA, so all the NBA fans can go check that out. If you don't like NBA, I'm sorry. I'll try to do better for you tomorrow.
There you go from Al. Of course, also noted in spring training, some of the starting pitchers who sit or get little minor ailments in spring training. That's a big flag to go against them in their first start. That's something we saw that with Musgrove last year. Certain pitchers, when they get shot, when they have to miss starts, that's something that you got to put a red flag on because they're not really going hard in spring training, and you already have to miss a start. That's always a flag out there, guys. I like to go against those guys that who make their first start. They miss a start or two during the regular season. To me, they're a go against when they open the season in mid-April into May.
You bring that up, which is kind of like why I'm more of like a fire a lot of games. Like, how do you bet 10 games on opening day? Well, you're going to grab some dogs in these spots. This is where everybody has a shot. It's April, right? How many times have we seen teams? We saw the Pirates last year start out hot, right? We see a bunch of teams that are going to be bad, but all of a sudden you get some wins in your belt because the Red Sox are starting slow. The Dodgers are going to be 5-5 out of the gate set. Like you're going to have your big teams are going to start kind of slow because it's like, all right, let me get a little. Now we're in the groove a little bit. It takes them a while to get in the groove, right? Why do the lines go from -140 to -195 in August, September? Because the good teams just separate themselves. So April and early May, take as many dogs as you can. You will make money. You will make money if you played all dogs for a month and a half. You would be up. Not every single one, but you would make money because like you said, these guys. All right, we pitched 4 innings and a guy comes into regular season with 9 innings. Do we expect Steele, who looks like absolute crap in his start in Japan and in his minor league start? Am I expecting some gem in Arizona? No. Now my numbers say you take the Cubs off of 2 games already because they're in their routine, but he does not look healthy. Yeah. He does not look healthy. I'm not going to play that guy.
Ranger Suarez, he's going to miss some. He's going to miss some starts.
You could find any team, your favorite team. You know exactly what your favorite team's pitchers are looking like right now. Fade them. Don't be scared to go against your team. You know your team. You read about them every day, either online or in a newspaper.
Yeah, we were seeing wear and tear from Ranger Suarez last year, right? He missed some starts, and maybe I think it was 2 years ago, right? The tail end of the season, he missed some starts, fatigue. When they start saying fatigue, that means that something's going on. Something's going on. They have not.
It's a guy who's thrown 115 innings in his career, and all of a sudden he's at 145 in August. You know he's going to fall apart down the stretch. Yeah. Hi, Louis Gill. Welcome to the injured list. When you throw more innings last year than you did your first 5 years combined in the league, I'm shocked he's on the deal. Who's shocked that happened?
I know.
Nobody's ever watched baseball.
That is absolutely correct there. No doubt about that. You know, those are some of the things you pick up following baseball. Also, too, the young pitcher, fade him in the second half. That's also a great thing with them.
You start hitting your innings. You start hitting your high innings limit. Like somebody like, oh, Blake Snell's great. The dude's never thrown more than 26 starts ever before. He's going to break down. He always breaks down. Now he's going to be healthy this year. Get the hell out of here. He's gonna hit the wall.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So there you go, guys. I'll just we cover all
the baseball show, folks. We can do straight up baseball.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll have all summer. We're gonna have all summer to cover baseball. Trust me, there's plenty of show to cover that. We're gonna be covering baseball.
We're gonna start at 6 a.m.
We'll cover baseball.
Rod's like hell no, nobody.
WNBA.
Covering baseball.
WNBA.
No.
We got the W.
Maybe some WNBA, but I won't be sitting here for 4 hours covering baseball. Heck no.
We're not going to do that.
These pitchers don't even go 4 innings. You know, I want to give me a rant on baseball. I'll talk to these overpaid bums get $400 million this season to pitch, and they can't even go more than 4 innings in a game. Back in the day, they used to go 7, 8 innings in full play, complete games. God. Now these bums can't even go 4 innings. They're like, oh, my arm. Oh, my God, I only went 4 innings. Oh, it's so good. I can't do it.
I can rant with you like this
soft. I'll rant like Sean does in the NBA. I think the MLB is overrated. A bunch of overpaid bums, every single one of them. It's like, you seriously need $400 million? We got, what's his name? Verdugo. He complained he only got $1.5 million. He's getting $1.5 million to play in the bomb league, riding the bus. I'll take $1.5 million to go ride in the bomb league, riding the bus, playing baseball. Sign me up. I can't believe you didn't take $8 million, Verdugo, you bum. Seriously, how did you not take $8 million? You thought you were worth more than that? No chance you're worth more than $8 million. See, they gave you a $1 million token. Here's a little bit for you. Now get over in the bus there, you bum. I'm sorry. Baseball players are just overpaid bums. They all it's here. You get $400 million. How many games is a pitcher going to go in a season? 30 maybe at best.
Yeah,
you can work it down to per pitch.
35.
Guy's going to get like $200,000 a pitch. Seriously, gross. Absolutely gross.
There you go from Rod. All right, there you go. Guys, so we're here every day. Get ready for baseball. We're getting Rod's getting in preseason. God is getting us through spring training. He's already in a full season form, mid-season form already. Rod is not wasting time. Paulie, we cover every game. We don't have the budget to hire six production people to get us to put a graphic on every game. So we cover every game. It's impossible. Now we covered 2 or 3 picks. Yeah, we could put a graphic for you, but we cover every game. So it's not possible. Then I got to tell Rod I need your 50 picks for the show this week today, and create graphics for all of them. Times 5. So that's 300 graphics we need made for the show.
Tony, do you timestamp the end of show picks like that?
I have no idea. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to
I would say just go to the picks at the end, because those are my favorite picks I give out at the end when we do our 3 games.
Did we do that already? Did we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
We
did.
did? Okay.
Yeah, like an hour ago.
I already forgot. We got in half an hour ranting baseball. See, if we're gonna rant, it's better to do it at the end of the show, right?
Yeah.
So when we go through this, the picks are done. So where are the picks? We already got the picks in. That's why we're ranting here. We give you the content at the beginning, and then we rant at the end. So that's how we do it. All right.
Not me. I rant in the beginning and at the end.
Beginning and the end. That's right. All right. So the guy, Mr. Let's go. Go back and rewind the sub. All the picks are in the beginning of the show. All right, that's gonna do it here for the show, guys. We're back again tomorrow. Before we wrote, does anybody have anything to say before? Anything else to say? I think we covered everything, right? Before we let it go.
I don't know. I think we all got it covered there.
Right.
Paul Skeens is definitely not overpaid, only $875,000, but his MLB patch autograph card sold for $1.1 million. So his card sold for more than his contract.
Oh,
so
geez.
just thought I'd throw that out there at the end. There, just found that out.
But he's a rookie, right? And well, he's still young. What's his next contract going to be?
Yeah, of course.
400
But it's
million.
just funny. That came.
400 million over 10 years.
That's a cool stuff.
Yankees or Dodgers will be in the market.
Young guys, you got to earn your keep first before they start paying the big $500 million contracts. But we can see what Skeens has been doing. He's well on his way to getting a big payday soon.
That's right.
On his way to the bullpen, like Mason Miller, the A's.
That's right.
I got his jersey too, so they can hang out.
Billy Bats is in the house.
You guys, people love the rants. Some people like the rants. That's why we save it to the end. Some people want the picks right away, then we get to the rants at the end. They love it. Let's love it. All right, that's going to do it here for the show, guys. We'll wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning Show.